Greetings! ZytherKQ Squirrel Mockington here. Prepared to ask you a very simple question. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously? No, that's the wrong question. Wouldst thou like to go in a big circle around the Tokyo highway system very fast? That's what we're doing tonight with Tokyo Xtreme Racer. The video game where you drive very fast around the Tokyo highway system racing people. There have been 33 of these games. We are playing the 33rd. Some of them are mobile games, so they're not technically real video games. But the 32X version of Sign of Evil from like the Doom soundtrack. Huh. I mean, that's probably valid. I don't know. Just racing like Mario Kart. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna hit somebody on the Tokyo highway system with a blue shell. I think that'll get me arrested. Alright, now I do have to confide that we are playing a slightly modded version of the game. There is a mod out there that turns all of the player pronouns female and gives you some feminized versions of the assorted titles you can win. For example, instead of samurai, we will be kunoichi. So, you know, I have gender swapped to the main character in accordance with... Oh wow, that's rock. Hi, what is this? A range collection. Okay. But yeah, the main character has been hit with the feminization beam. So he no Tsubasa. It's true, he no Tsubasa, he Sora. That was a terrible gag. Anyway, yes, girl. Do not be surprised if our car ends up, like, bright pink with dragons and flowers all over it or something. And hearts. Did we give the car big naturals? You now have me wondering if there's a way to do that. Maybe overinflate the tires, I don't know. I mean, you could put testicles on your truck, right? But why can't you put boobs on your car? Well, we're starting off terrible. You're all welcome. But yeah, I've dabbled in this game lightly for 20 hours, according to Steam. We are starting over with a new save, though, so that's fine. Technically, all mods are wing mods. That's as many hours as the thing Twitch told you to puck, and that's terrible. Ah, the Palace of Salmon. My favorite track in the game. Unfortunately, we will have to move away from it. And we will move over here. I will move you folks down here. Hello, Wind Chaser. Turn the music off. Turn the game on. I hope this captures correctly. I forgot to test. It looks like it is. Good. Do not imitate this in real life. Cars don't exist in real life. If you see a car in reality, it is falling apart. And here's a little mood-setting intro video. Cars go Noom. No game sound! You're right! I forgot to add that. One moment. That's my fault. Hold on. Add executable. Okay. That should now be playing sound. Alright. Cool. So yeah, this does have some pretty loud music. Press any button and my controller stops working. Yay, I have to plug it back in. Don't know why that keeps happening. Now it's time for the VOD to be muted on every YouTube upload. Huh. I hope not. Alright, as I mentioned, we are using that mod, and that does mean that occasionally some non-essential text will be rendered in Japanese. Since it's not essential, that's fine. Challenge mode means that you slowly update your skill tree. Enjoy mode means that, like, most of your skill tree is unlocked automatically. I think I'm gonna be trying to play on challenge mode, but let's go ahead and we can always swap to enjoy mode if we have to. Let's buy a car you love. In this world, you need to have your own machine to get started. So we can purchase a machine using CP, which is car points. That's what it means. It has no other meaning. Shut the fuck up. When purchasing a machine, you can set the body color and license plate. So we have three different cars. We've got this roadster-looking Miata thing from Mazda. We've got this Suzuki cheese box, which I kind of love the look of. And because this is a Japanese game, we have the Sprinter Torino. 87, not 86. I kind of want the Mazda. It costs exactly as much money as we have. That means it's the best, obviously. That said, I'm also really tempted by the cheese box. Yeah, I think we're going for the cheese box. Color change. Why would we do that? Wait, could we make it even cheesier? No. The 80s Swift was sold here as the Geo Metro. Okay. We're in the Geo Metro then. Here's the license plate, and there is one minor issue. Even in the base game, this is all in Japanese. Like, I don't know what any of these places are. So, we're just gonna pick one at random. Like, this one. We're gonna be from here. Classification number 3... XY. Business category. I don't know what any of these mean. So I'm going to pick the only one I kind of recognize, which is no. Serial designation number. Uh... 1000 or 1000. Also, we could have a backlit plate, which looks really cool. So yeah. You've got your machine now. Let's move to the garage. Okay. Teaches you how to swap over to the garage. This is the hub you'll visit most often. And then you head to the course, because it's still the tutorial. You can enter the Shuto Expressway from any ramp. There is only, like, only 2 unlocked. And this is the only rival we have right now. But eventually we'll be able to unlock all this stuff. Let's get in there. Right now I'm off course. I am off course. The Kandabashi C1 Inner Loop. Countless souls meander the night's circular route. The title of fastest, never fading, no matter how the times change. The roar of exhaust. Headlights slicing through the darkness. Accelerators pressed to their limits. Now a new soul has appeared on the circular route. The soul, once a nobody, awakens the moment it steps onto this stage. I love how fucking choony this is. The instinct of racing awakens. It makes it sound like, you know, you accidentally pulled your car over onto the highway system and you were just like, ah, what's happening to me? I'm a racer now! You fucking mutated. Alright. These are just the basic controls. I don't need to read them. And let me show you how races work. There is Timid Challenger. What we do is we pull up behind him and we flash our lights at him. Shiga Prefecture, home of beautiful Lake Biwa. I'm from a lake. You can see our health bars at the top of the screen. And once I get a certain ways past him, his bar starts to drain. The longer we stay in front, the harder his bar drains. Ow, 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 wall, ow. Until we win. Nice Shadow the Hedgehog. So we earn car points by defeating rivals. We also earn battle points by defeating rivals, which is used to unlock perks. And occasionally you have to fix your tires. Now you have to head back to the garage. You were expecting blood points. Your first victory. While basking in the excitement and enjoying the night breeze at the parking area, a stranger appeared. A confident, strikingly poised, and lively woman. Hey girl! Nice night, isn't it? This your first time on the Shuto Expressway? Well, not bad at all. I haven't introduced myself yet. Around here, I'm known as a prominent street racer. They call me Cinderella Past Midnight. Cinderella Past Midnight, or After Midnight Cinderella, or she's had a few names over the years. She is a very reoccurring character in this series. She's usually a pretty high-tier boss battle. I actually watched your battle earlier and it made me want to meet you in person. So I chased you all the way to this parking area. Your driving, to be honest, is still quite raw, but you have a certain sparkle others lack. I believe battles between street racers are a form of communication. You'll meet many street racers here. Through dozens, even hundreds of battles, who will you meet, what will you feel, and how far can you go? Don't you think it's thrilling? Why do we race? That's the question every street racer keeps deep in their heart. When you find that answer, I want to hear it on the course, through a battle, of course. When that time comes, I won't hold back. The woman, a street racer, Cinderella past midnight, said those words and turned to climb into her machine. A vibrant yellow car, even striking in the night, effortlessly sliced through the Shuto Expressway and it sped away. I think she just took my car. Why do I race? Have you asked yourself that question? It almost feels like you can hear the breath of the demon that haunts this Shuto Expressway. There's a demon now! This is the best game. So yeah, we are now Shiga's newcomer. So yeah, that confirms Shiteri's earlier comment that yes, we are apparently from Shiga. And now the game is opened up proper. The garage offers various features, purchasing and upgrading to tuning to altering car settings and enhancing the drivers themselves. There isn't just one way to aim for the top of the Shuto Expressway. Try different methods, find your own way to reach the top. Your story begins here and now. I'm gonna be honest, I love that shit. Anyway, what we just want is a bad name, or a... I think it's Battle Aptitude Divergence or something? I'm not sure what it actually stands for. Eventually, though, we'll be able to change it. Right now, we're just a newcomer. Let's get back out there. Oh, we can also turn on having to keep track of water and tire temperature, or water and oil temperatures and tire wear. That gives us more points. I may turn that on later. Anyway, let's just get back out there. We have some goals. Defeat all 5 rolling guys. Defeat all 5 departures. And defeat all 5 challengers. We've already beaten 1 challenger. And here we can see that there are plenty of others scattered around the loop. I think the blinking means that that's a challenger, I don't know. Anyway, let's start out going this way. The outer loop. Not too bad. So yeah, let's just cruise, see who we can beat. See if we can beat anyone. So this is a good time to mention that I really love the scenery and music of this game. Like, I think there's something cool and romantic about driving through the city streets at night. There's just all these windows lit up, or like windows into a different world that I will never participate in because I'm not an office worker. I just think it's beautiful in its own way. That's part of why I love the series so much. Now, we can technically challenge anybody on the road. Like, if I wanted to pull up behind this dude and challenge him, I could. They are nameless ones because they're not technically street racers. Favorite Squirrel Tuber, doing well. But let's keep working on the challenger line. And here at the start, it's going to be tough to beat anybody, I think. But We will. Yeah, I think we've got this. Let's just try not to plow into the bridge supports. That's a very important part of racing. A lot of people won't tell you that. Whoop. Okay. I do kind of bounce off the walls now and then. I'm not the best at handling yet. You'll notice that as we pass these loops, as we pass these on-ramps, we unlock them for use later. So it's worth it just to cruise all the way around the loop, going both ways. Even if we don't race anybody. But as to how I am, pretty good. I've been meaning to play this game for a while, and I love it. I like the shiny cars, and I like the shiny city. And I'm not very good at upshifting yet. I'm still learning to drive a manual transmission. And I'm still learning not to drive into walls. So, we'll all learn together how to drive a car. How does it work? Science doesn't know. There is one thing I can tell you, though. This guy's a taxi. Do not challenge the Tokyo taxi drivers unless you're extremely confident. That's fucking Kiryu Kazama in there, and he's doing a side quest. He will wreck your shit. Anyway, I can see on the map that somebody else is coming up ahead. Let's go blink him and win. Or we could just ram this guy in the ass. It's very important to ram people in the ass when you're racing. It's how you develop power. Holding fire turns your joystick into the shift lever. That's cool. Alright, it looks like this is another one of the challengers. And we're gonna beat this in our cheese box. I'm right behind you. Oh. Aggressive. Yeah, bullying me a little. Can I drift? Not really. Hold on. Nope. There is a cool little trick that you can do. When you're racing, at the end of a race, if you hold down the handbrake and jam the wheel to one side, you will violently spin the car, like a helicopter. And that can earn you as much as, 15,000 bonus dollars. So, it's kinda cool. I'll show that off next race if I get a good straightaway. Who is up here? It is Cool Site. He runs a cool site on the internet. Every one of these characters we're racing has a biography. Some of them interact with other characters. Man, no, come on, man. Yeah, like an Armored Core. This is basically Armored Core, but with cars. Armored Core. Cars. Yeah. I can kind of drift it just a tiny bit, but not very well. Maybe later in a driftier car. But yeah, you can just spin your car, and then you're left sitting in traffic like this. 1 minute. Hold on, let me... Okay. And I only got 5,000 extra. That's not much at all. Usually you can flip it all the way around, but not in this case. Let's see, who else we got? There's one more up here that it looks like we can battle. Actually, two more, if we can catch them. To make a little bonus money, though, why don't we try racing some rando? Hello, you're some rando. Would you like to race me? Too bad. Some of these guys react like they're not even in a race. Some of them will immediately try to slam you off the road. They all seem to have little personality quirks. This guy I'm just absolutely toasting though, so... Yeah. The bigger the win streak you rack up, the better it is for you. Obviously. And now it's playing like the end credits music to a 70s sitcom. Peaceful, in a weird way. You can turn on auto drive and just cruise if you feel like it. This guy's called Upbeat. Ah. No, you don't. I'm not going into that. But yeah, the soundtrack has a lot of different genres. I have the music on shuffle. If you leave the music on default, it will play basically the same tunes all the time, forever. And that's boring. So I have it set to cycle through all of the different musics. And sometimes it's very inappropriate. But sometimes it's good. So I do want to show off the auto drive feature. If we set it to autopilot and just let it drift... Yeah, they're gonna run me directly into that sign. No, okay. It goes into cinematic mode. Which is like the best screensaver available right now, in my opinion. That said, we're not here to autopilot, we're here to win races. So I'm gonna seek out the guy ahead of me. Way ahead of me. No flying toaster. I can't get after dark stuff to run anymore. I tried for a while. Hey, Tokyo Tower. Check it out. Isn't that neat? Oh, sorry. guess I think that's Tokyo Tower. I actually don't know for sure. Maybe Tokyo just has a lot of towers that look like that. Anyway, we're catching up to Great Finance. Blue Flare is this track, according to the bottom corner. So if we recolor Flare, this is what we get. And we won again, and it looks like there is one person left going this direction. So we might as well finish them off before we go home for the night. I hope you like crunchy guitars. Now I have the engine sound turned way down because I am not particularly fond of just brrr, 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 brrr all night long. I can turn it back up if anybody wants that, but Sweet Surrender. Alright. We gotta get around him somehow. We won. Spin! Yeah, there's that 15,000. And because we've beaten all of that particular team, we get challenged by the boss of that team. Happy Chappy. Happy Chappy ominously looms in our taillights. And immediately tries to pass me. No, you don't. Oh boy, we gotta catch this loser. This Chappie's a little too happy. Ah, balls! Too many balls! But I did win. Okay, that time I didn't pull off a 360. When you beat a boss, you usually go straight back to the parking area. While taking a break at the parking area, a slim, well-built man approached. His handsome features and striking presence would make him stand out anywhere. Hello, sweetheart. I suppose you've just started racing recently? You don't give the look of a street racer. At first glance, he seems polite, but his words mock you. Who am I, you ask? Judging by that reaction, you really don't know. Good grief. You just know he threw in like a yada yada daze or whatever. Calling yourself a street racer without knowing the Kurosaki brothers from Phantom 9? You must be lost around these parts, young lady. Perhaps I should be a true gentleman and introduce myself. Crimson Boy, that's my name on the Shuto Expressway. If you're planning to call yourself a street racer, come find me. I'll entertain you with a test of skill, if you can keep up, that is. Of course, if you truly are a racer, like you insist. Take care, sweetheart. The Phantom 9 were the villains from the Xbox 360 game Import Tuner Challenge. They cannot accept anyone running ahead of them. Resolutely, firmly, stubbornly. Spirits sunk into the chaos of darkness by excessive pride. The emergence of a new soul, whose presence awakens the soul submerged in darkness. Those who grow feverish, like moths to a flame. They swarm around young street racers. Episode: Return of the Bastards. So the bastards are back! Isn't that great? A great narration voice, thank you. Let's take a look at who we beat last night, before we do anything else. Because this is one of my favorite parts of the game. It unlocks profiles of just about everybody you've beaten. There's a lot of them. The Departures. Once a team that advocated adult driving as their slogan, I don't know what that means. A change in mindset by the leader, Happy Chappy, shifted their focus to speed above all else. Some members have turned to more aggressive driving, making them far from the most moral team on the Shuto Expressway. The deterioration of internal relationships has led to a loss of teamwork, with some members even considering transferring. Upbeat. An avid music lover who always plays loud music in his car, whether in battle or not. He cares deeply about team relationships, but no one except Sweet Surrender listens. He repeatedly sees members who are supposed to be much older and more mature than his disgrace themselves, and he often wonders what he's striving for. He's even considering requesting a transfer to Rhythm Box, known for its love of music. And we can see his name and the fact that he's a record store clerk. I love these little glimpses at, like, what these people do during the daytime. Great Finance is a security company employee who has survived the tumultuous financial industry during the global financial crisis, emerging much tougher. His car and stress relief through trolling on CoolSite's website supported him through the harsh times. At one point, his actions were so severe that he would undoubtedly have been convicted if prosecuted. How hard did you fucking troll, my dude? He now feels partially responsible for the current chaos of CoolSite. How hard did you troll, motherfucker? CoolSite, meanwhile, runs a website where the main content is videos of his driving. Despite his solid driving skills, his tendency to incorporate every opinion from the site into his tuning and driving has led to a loss of individuality, causing a decline in site traffic. There's a lesson there for all of us. Don't listen to the internet. They're stupid there. Forced to change direction, he chose a radical route. Obsessed with the numbers, which increase in proportion to the extreme nature of the videos he posts, his driving and tuning have become increasingly dangerous. So yeah, he's showing off for the clickbait. What a loser. Sweet Surrender. A cool woman who suits her red fox-shaped glasses. I don't think her glasses are shaped like a fox, but like, they are cool glasses. She believes in data-driven driving, employing 256 driving patterns tailored to her car and course conditions, developing the optimal driving style for each situation. However, perhaps because of this, she is weak against sudden accidents. Recently, she's been troubled by the declining morality of team members, particularly feeling near fearful of leader Happy Chappy's behavior. So Happy Chappy really isn't that happy. A man who became a police officer out of a desire for car chases, but ironically quickly rose to a managerial position, leaving the field. Oh, he's an ex-cop, great. Unable to abandon his passion for racing, he resigned, After his child became independent, his wife returned to her parents' home, freeing him from the guilt of involving his family, which only fueled his drive for speed. For him, speed is everything. His pursuit driving days, honed during his police days, become even sharper. This dude sounds like a fucking movie character. He's an ex-cop on the edge. And the challengers. We got the timid challenger. A young man who began driving on his local mountain path. Inspired by street racers, his love for cars surpasses that of his teammates, but his skills are far from matching. Known as the weakest in the team and unable to refuse requests, he's often treated as an errand boy and made to wash cars on his day off. Dreaming of becoming the fastest man on the Shuto Expressway, he joined with high hopes, only to be defeated by a rookie in his first battle. He's astounded by the skill gap compared to his hometown. Poor bastard. Proud challenger. A young street racer with a knowledge-heavy but imbalanced personality. He considers himself an expert on tuning, but when you listen closely to his claims, they're mostly shallow knowledge picked up from magazines and the internet. The state of his beloved car's modification speaks volumes about his true expertise. He has a tendency to follow authority and often acts as a cheerleader for bamboo-splitting challenger. During his first expedition to the Shuto Expressway, he was shocked to realize that he was just a frog in a well, completely unaware of the broader world outside his experience. And then there's bamboo-splitting challenger. With a large frame that makes him stand out anywhere. Oh my god, he's dressed like a fucking Gurren Lagann. His intimidating presence rivals that of veteran racers. He appears cramped inside his car, though. His short temper and constant boastfulness have earned him a troublesome reputation in his hometown. On the other hand, he has long been infatuated with peaceful challenger and becomes a different person, much quieter in her presence. His carefree attitude leads to frequent collisions with guardrails on the mountain passes, leaving his car in poor condition. A large brain that makes him stand out anywhere. You know what? Okay. Let's pick up a couple perks. We could unlock new cars to buy, but we don't really have the money to buy a new car. We should probably unlock tuning. A better power unit, for example. And, the clutch and the transmission. It always helps to tune the transmission first. I read that in a guide. And, let's raise our defense. And earn more money from rivals. Alright, that'll work. Now we're allowed to buy tuning parts. Mostly on the power unit. And I will buy a better transmission. Which means we can adjust the gear ratios. Which I always tend to fiddle with. I read guides about it. I think we kind of want to shorten them down a little bit, I think is what's recommended. We want to get second gear up into like the 60s so that we start in second gear during a race. I think that's the main thing that I know. We could also start putting stickers on our car, but I think I'd rather win a little more before we start prettying up. So we went all the way around the loop this way. Let's go around the loop on the inner loop. Hector Hammond. Who is Hector Hammond? If I may. Meanwhile, water gets poured. Paul Walker plays an undercover cop, gets into a street racing circuit. Ends up becoming so chummy with Vin Diesel, he gets kicked off the force for aiding and abetting a criminal. Then marries Vin Diesel's sister. Green Lantern villain. Oh, okay, I don't know very much about Green Lantern. There's Timid Challenger. We could rematch him, but I don't really see a reason to. Also, yeah, now I'm noticing that we are, in fact, driving much smoother, it feels like. No, there's the wall. There's the wall. That's my fault. The leader from the Hulk, I guess. Matt Frewer. Was Matt Frewer the leader from the Hulk? I legitimately haven't seen that. Keep banging off the walls. Pardon me. I'm trying to read chat and drive at the same time. That's probably a bad idea. Can I drift yet? A little bit. You can drift a bit. Like, I can get it loose, but I can't really. One of the Hulk's animated series. Oh, huh. I never really thought about the animated series, but, you know, you're right. Okay, that's cool to know. Anyway, who is this up here? Rolling Guy number 4. The Rolling Guys are a staple of this series. They all drive the same car. And it's that AE87 one. Rolling Guys. And we won. Flawless victory. Oh, the 90s ones. Okay. I always liked those. Alright, where is our next victim? I mean target. I mean victim. All the way up around the corner here. So let's race with this random Truno. I think I first saw Matt Frewer as Max Headroom, and then I saw him again in Eureka, primarily, as sort of a traveling renegade scientist. The music is convinced that this is a Dark Souls boss fight. Oh my god, I nearly killed that man. Too bad. Couldn't finish the job. That was a drift. I did it. I drifted. All of those early sci-fi shows, or not early sci-fi, all those sci-fi shows kind of took place in the same world. I remember there was a crossover between Eureka and, not Warehouse 13, but some other sci-fi channel show. Ah! Oh, I think we just lost. Erie, Indiana was not a sci-fi channel show. That was like Fox Kids. Yeah, I lost. Oh well. That'll happen. Peaceful Challenger is right here. I don't think we've challenged them yet. Let's go ahead and get into that. is crossed over with Eureka. Not that I remember much. And then we pass. Okay, good. Now I just need to hold it. And not drive into the bridge. And I think we're gonna win. I think, yeah, okay. Yeah! Helicopter! Oh crap. Okay, it's fine. Wikipedia only mentions Warehouse 13. Huh, okay. Here's Downhill Challenger. Sounds just like the start of American Idiot. Well, I don't want to be an American Idiot. I may have fucked up the gearing a little bit. I'm not sure. Oh well. No, this seems fine. I just need to pick up speed. So I think, yeah. Did I fuck the cheese box? No. Alright. While at the parking area, your recent battle opponent steps out of his machine and speaks to you. He's still young, with a serious and intelligent demeanor. Thank you for earlier. I'm glad to have met someone as skilled as you. I'm Downhill Challenger, the leader of the Challengers. We usually race in the mountains near home, but we decided to take on the Shuto Expressway to test our skills. You could say this is a short expedition. While talking with Downhill Challenger, a car with flashy customization appeared. A young man with an otherworldly presence stepped out. Not only was his car customized, he seemed particular about his own appearance, flaunting branded items. Hey, pardon my interruption. A match between the leader of a gutsy team that came all the way from Akone to the Shuto Expressway and the much-talked-about rookie? It was thrilling to watch. Them mentioning that they came from Akone Mountain makes me think that they're related to the Tokyo Xtreme Racer Drift games, which started you there. Like, I feel like if I looked them up, I would see the same names on that mountain. I'm Roulette Guy number 1. I lead the team called Roulette Guy. Roulette Guy? By any chance, you know that AE86 team Rolling Guy? Not exactly, but yeah, when it comes to love for the 8-6, I don't think I lose to those older guys either. And you over there, you're Shiga's newcomer, right? As young racers, let's get along with each other. Lately on the Shuto Expressway, there's another outstanding star besides you. Oh, you haven't met them yet. You'll probably meet them soon. I'd say you both have the same sparkle. Geniuses are drawn to each other, you know? This starts another storyline. The calm era is over. One after another, new souls cry out their birth. This synchronity becomes a great wave, and a new landscape emerges. Captured by the mystique of the Shuto Expressway, these new souls are drawn together, seeking answers. I sense a soul in search of answers! And then, a single light shines brighter than any other. It is the light of a soul. Emitted only by those who tread into the abyss. Rise of the new generation. This introduces new characters that aren't related to previous games. Oh. I can either be Shiga's newcomer or the nameless challenger. Or You can mix and match. I'll be the nameless newcomer for a while. Alright, we didn't make it all the way around the inner loop, I don't think. Are there still some locked? No, it looks like we did. You'll notice that we have new goals. Defeat Crimson Boy, defeat Eternal Polaris, and of course, defeat the Rolling Guys. Are stated to be the de facto replacement for your tutorial team to step on. Alright, you can tell that by the split chevron here, that this is a boss. Let's go see if we can take this boss, or if I need to tune my car a little more. Is he right around this corner? Yep. Ah, there he is. There's Crimson Boy. One of the Phantom 9, and he wants to make sure you can tell. I do not believe I can beat him. Not as I am now, but let's find out anyway. I think I might have to upgrade just a bit more, but I am catching up. Nope. I have been considering, like, if I were to make a Racer Sona, what would it be? Oh boy, nope, that's bad. Here he comes. Nope, Damn it. You know, that would have worked if that hadn't stopped me. Yeah. No, I mean, like, what if I were to make an if I were making an actual driver Sona, it would be formatted like the profiles in this game. I think she'd be like a, I'm thinking like one of those promotional characters that stands out in the street in Akihabara and hands out like tissues and shit. Let's try a rematch. Who does racing as like a side thing, but does it in full costume. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a group that is expressly like the Wangan Midnight crew, too. Like, they've got Initial D, they got Wang and Midnight. Man, I'm not sure I'm gonna be able... Oh, wait, no, I am catching up. Damn it! Traffic! Enemy traffic! If I can just find a place where there's no enemy traffic, I can win. No, get one more time. One more time. Nah, I don't think that works either. Ugh, walls! Yeah, if I can just not wall that would be fine. Anyway, we've got a good straight here. I think I can do it. I just need to avoid, like, everybody. Including the wall. No! Oh my god, I won. Okay. Barely. And then I lost because I bumped that guy with the last of my health. After finishing the battle, you return to the parking area with Crimson Boy. As he steps out of his machine, he seems like a completely different person compared to before, speaking to you with a surprisingly friendly and casual tone. Well done, sweetheart. All mine. No need to give me a look like that. I do apologize for being so rude to you earlier. Your driving shows real skill. You even had the nerve to challenge me without hesitation. It seems the Shuto Expressway, which has been stagnant for a while, is starting to feel the breeze of change. It looks like you'll bring us some excitement. Crimson Boy's demeanor seems friendly at first, but his gaze is as sharp as a hunter targeting its prey. Inescapable malice. You will eventually be caught in the whirlpool of fate that swirls within this Shuto Expressway. Yeah, it's me trying to beat him like 3 times in a row. But I did win, and all you have to do is win once. And you have the victory forever on your record. Let me fiddle with things just a wee bit more. Actually, let's replace the clutch. I don't know what this does. Yeah, all you have to do is win once, and you've win. And if you win, then you win. Let's give it a little tweak. Back this way. If you win, then you win. And if you hard, then you hard. Anyway, now we can check out rolling guy number 4. Very important, they come in clutch, as Saria said, yes. With more opportunities for TV appearances, he has been steadily building his career as an entertainer. He's growing as a street racer as well, paying more attention to tuning, which he was not so interested in since his priority was to dress up. He has a bright personality and acts as the team's move maker. When fellow member Rolling Guy number 3 experienced a heartbreak, he cheered him up by taking him on a driving trip. They were often mistaken for being an entertainer and manager on a location shoot, but it turned out to be a fun time. Aw, that's kinda nice. There's also stuff like, you know, your top speed on various places, going through speed traps. None of that really interests me. Let's get back out there. Actually, you know what? No. Hold on. Before we get back out there, let's hit the perk tree. We've bumped up our defense. Reduces damage from the center of attention skill. I don't think we need that. But I would like to pick up some more attack and the center of attention skill, which deals damage to an opponent when you perform a first attack. So now we have a skill to set. Alright, this is presumably a rolling guy. This is a rolling guy. They're on the inner loop. This is also a rolling guy. Here's a boss. This would probably be that Eternal Polaris that they're talking about. I'm curious. Let's go check her out. I love this vaporwave ass tune. This is like my favorite track in the game. There's Eternal Polaris. They have their own theme song, which is in the music menu, but I don't like using it for just randos. I feel like it should be heard. You can hear a bit of it here. Unfortunately, that would probably get me copyright dinged a little bit. Or muted. It's part of why the Outrun redeem went away. I got tired of, like, wrestling with YouTube over it. Time for Tumblr to underestimate the power of memes and puns. I don't understand. The opponent from the earlier battle. The driver who stepped out of the skyline was a young girl. She said nothing. She opened her mouth several times, only to stop herself. Her behavior seemed confused or perhaps fearful of something. After repeating this a few times, she lowered her gaze quietly, blushed, and left without saying a single word. Only the night breeze remained. This too is Yuri. Alright, all that's left to do is mop up the rolling guys. Ultraman Omega has reached the finals of the biggest Omega tournament. Interesting, I forget if I knew that Ultraman Omega was actually on or not. I haven't been watching Ultraman lately. Yep, that's a rolling guy. You can tell because it says rolling guy when I mouse over him. Also, we got a little bit of Eurobeat going on, that's nice. Rolling guy number 5. The 5th rolling guy. I'm sorry I broke that guy's neck, or whoever that was in the car. But, I think we're good. The next rolling guy is right up ahead. It looks like they're just driving in a pack, or a line. It has been discovered, since you are scrolling Blue Sky while you drive, the Steam controller does the Howie scream if you drop it from high enough. That is a brilliant method by Valve to sell new controllers. Like, guys, please whoops. Guys, please don't drop your controllers from a great height. Please? If you want to hear the funny screams, I have a button for that. Nope, I got around him. And I immediately hit the wall. Love hitting the wall. Love to hit the wall. Favorite wall. Yeet the controller and it screams away. That is good, but, like, I maintain don't do it. Haha. Okay, that's a little too taunting, actually. Never mind. Like, that's like the baddest manners possible. Looks like there's only one rolling guy left for us to access, and he's going the opposite way. I think. No, he's going the right way. Okay. Does it do the Wilhelm? Okay. It doesn't go, yeah! It goes, ah! I can't do a Wilhelm that doesn't sound girly as hell. I'm sorry. I don't know. No, that's really not man being eaten by a crocodile. That's like schoolgirl saw a mouse. Yeah, I gotta learn how to slow down near walls. Or not, because I'm racing, but I gotta learn how not to run into walls. We'll learn together. We'll learn the peril of walls. I'll learn from gym walls. Alright, here is the final rolling guy that we haven't beaten that isn't a leader. 1, go. If you time it so that you're hitting accelerate just as it goes go, you get a speed boost. So in a lot of ways this is Mario Kart. Or Daytona. Oh god! I've lost this run. Okay, well... That's that running into a wall thing I talked about. That's why that's bad. I read chat is the thing. I read chat. I gotta not read chat while I'm trying to beat a rolling guy. Anyway, rematch. Nope. Bullying you. There we go. Okay. And here comes rolling guy number 1. The most rolling guy there is. Don't fanfare me yet, I've still got to beat this dude. And he is off like a rocket. so am I, so... I won! Barely.
It's no use!
It's no use!
It's no use!
It's no use!
It was in fact a youth. After finishing the battle and taking a breather at the parking area, two AE-86 entered together. Two men stepped out of their machines and started speaking to you. Hey, you're the street racer from that battle earlier, right? We're Rolling Guy. As you can see, we're a team of AE-86 drivers. We've been around on the Shuto Expressway for a long time, so we made a bit of a name for ourselves. Now, it's not just a name. By now, we should have the skills to back it up. We thought we were done being stepping stones for new street racers, but here we are. Damn, losing to a rookie like this. Leader, you went to the trouble of perfecting the car, but you've been tweaking it all over again lately, right? Maybe you should have left it as it was? What are you saying? You're still a rookie yourself. Acting tough all of a sudden. Listen. If you want to keep running on the Shuto Expressway, throw away any sweet ideas about leaving things as they are. Even if you think you've reached the top at some point, if you grow complacent, you'll be falling before you know it. That's the rise and fall of things. No, Rolling Guy has never reached the top. We've always been on the winner's side. Shut up, I said it was a metaphor, didn't I? Sorry, I got sidetracked. Nameless newcomer, I wanted to talk to you, so I called out. You got some skills. We may have shown a pitiful display, but the AE-86 driver I respect most wants to battle you. Rolling Master. He was the predecessor known as Rolling Guy No. 1, the title given to the leader of the team, Rolling Guy. Which means we've unlocked the ability to fight Rolling Master. Probably gonna beat our ass. The pulse of a new soul. It resonates and responds to the old souls. The predecessors who welcome challengers, and the challengers who inherit their will. New and old souls meet, clash, and eventually blend into a rhythm. And so a new legend is woven. Episode, Rebirth of the Legend. The Rebirth of the Legend stuff all has to do with stuff that's been in the game since the Dreamcast days. Oh, now I could be Nameless Challenger. I mean, I'm gonna keep Nameless Newcomer. I kinda like that better. But we did earn a new name. Or we earn the same name again. I'm not sure which. Anyway, let's check out the perk tree real quick. I kinda wanna be able to earn more money. Nameless guy. Let's see. And can we... Maximum SP increase. This increases our life bar, which is very useful. And it looks like we've unlocked a new car. For 5,000 bucks, we could buy the Rolling Guy mobile. It comes completely pre-tuned, and you cannot change anything about it. It's pretty good. Just, you know. Alright, where is Rolling Master? Right up here waiting for us. Kinda hoping we get Nameless Guy. I don't think so, but maybe we can get Nameless Gal. Nanashi no Gal. Alright. Should be right up here. And I'm gonna pull something a little sneaky when we catch up. Get you identified. Yep, there's the Rolling Master. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna wait for him to go through all these long turns here. So we're just gonna stalk him. I think I'll challenge him when we get to about here. Can I pull a Tampopo, teaching the cook in a mediocre roaster ramen shop to make great ramen? No. And I also can't get, you know, shot in the middle of a public park and die dramatically while thinking about food. I'm pretty sure we can have sex with a mollusk, but I don't want to. So I'm just stalking this dude, in an incredibly creepy way. I am right up his bumper. And once we get around this corner here, I think I will go ahead and drop the challenge. Actually, you know what? Let's do it right in the middle of the corner. Tactical strategy challenge. Maybe this was not tactical or strategic enough. On the other hand, he's not pulling away from me, which is good. But he is blocking my ass. Ooh! Ooh! That was mean! Way to go, me! Oh boy. Alright, we won. Good. Thank you for killing Gabriel Knight with my car. After finishing the battle and returning to the parking area, 288-6 appeared before you together. The men who stepped out were a street racer you'd spoken before, Rolling Guy number 1, and another man who resembled him closely, Rolling Master. Yo, nameless newcomer. I didn't think it was possible, but you even beat Rolling Master, my elder brother. Maybe we found a real monster here. I had heard about you from my younger brother, Rolling Guy number 1. But to have this level of skill, it's been 4 years since a rookie on the Shudo Expressway gave me this kind of chill. Yes, 4 years. This is getting interesting. More strong street racers are always welcome. We might just witness the birth of a new legend. A new legend? In response to Rolling Master's words, you felt your soul tremble. The soul of a street racer lying dormant within you. There's more talk of fucking souls in this game. It makes me feel like, you know, I've been tricked into playing Undertale. As you looked around the parking area, a man in mechanic overalls appeared. You've got some decent driving skills. It looks like you've done some work on your machine, but you're still just getting started, aren't you? I'm just a humble mechanic hanging around the Shuto Expressway. Some people call me Legendary Tuner, but I'm not really anything special. When I see an interesting street racer at the parking area, I like to call out to them like this. If you let me tweak your machine a bit, I'll make it significantly faster. There were not any Tokyo Xtreme Racer games made 4 years ago. There's been a lot of debate about how this game affects the timeline. It feels like people who actually pay attention to that kind of thing say it has compressed the timeline down a bit. So, Of course I'll charge you for it. If you feel like it, give me a shout at the parking area. That aside, you seem to be at the center of major changes on this Shuto Expressway. Not only have defeated members of Rollin' Guy, one of the longest-standing teams on the Shuto Expressway, you've also taken out a street racer so famous among 8-6 drivers no one can miss the name, Rollin' Master. Can we get a Tokyo Street Racer crossover with Ace Combat? No. That was like Ridge Racer Driving Emotion or some shit. Can't remember the name. It was a Ridge Racer spinoff. Had a lot of dialogue and a lot of boob. On top of that, you defeated Crimson Boy, one of the Kurosaki brothers, from Phantom 9. 4 years ago, they wreaked havoc on the Shuto Expressway. Many teams were forced to use bandit fans of Phantom 9. See, this concretely places this game 4 years after Import Tuner Challenge, which released like 16 years ago in real time. It was for the Xbox 360. For that reason, Phantom 9's urged grudges from all over. Hearing you defeated Crimson Boy will no doubt make many racers change their tune. And then Eternal Polaris. Right now, they're still inexperienced. In fact, they've only just taken their first steps as a street racer, much like you. You've met notable street racers on this Shuto Expressway, battled them, so what have you felt? Triggered by a legendary tuner's words, your conversation with Cinderella past midnight came back to mind. From now on, who will you meet, what will you feel, and how far can you go? And with that, we have finished the prologue. Which means the entire line is now open to us. And we have a lot of rivals to take down. So what's first? I've only got a little bit of BP, so I'm not going to do much. I think we're just going to get out there and start exploring again, start unlocking parking areas and such. Let's start over here. The Shibakoen Inner Loop. Wait, too bad. I cannot wait. But you thought that parking area was said a lot before. It will be said more. Because we're about to start unlocking parking areas. Here's Silent Mongoose. In a cake car. Fighting a fucking Kojima-ass character. I am talking about the Sim Racing Ridge Racer spin-off. The one that had a story mode starring What's-Her-Face with the purple hair. R Racing Evolution, okay. Okay, we won anyway. We beat Silent Mongoose. That gives us the rocket launcher, so we can fight Pretentious Panther. I mean, wait, no. Sorry, wrong game. Up ahead, we should be able to make a turnoff. We've already beaten Downhill Challenger. We don't have to challenge Downhill Challenger again. Besides, we're going kind of uphill. It wouldn't work, you know? But up here, we can get on the Mukajima line. Which takes us way out downtown. Boxed Daughter. That just reminds me of that one fucking One Piece joke about a boxed and sheltered child that made no goddamn sense. But they kept repeating it like it did. Finally, someone else runs into traffic! Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys! Wait, no. Sorry, wrong thing again. Anyway, that was an easy win, fortunately. So, what have we got out this way? A lot of nothing, but we can unlock some intake areas. Or on-ramps, I guess they're called. And of course, we'll get to see some new scenery. Mostly these walls. Maybe going uphill gives you a bonus against Downhill Challenger. Possibly. But it just feels like a kind of a bullying action. Oops, sorry. Ah yes, Genki Tech. Where they make Genkis. So I hope this is something you guys are ready to see for the next few weeks. Because this is a long game. As you can, there's a lot of challengers to beat. There's a lot of bosses. There's a lot of secret conditions to make Wanderers come out. So I hope you like cars. I hope you really like cars. And if not, then just treat them like mechs. Because everybody likes mechs. Technically, any anime focusing heavily on cars is a mecha anime. Like, I saw somebody call You're Under Arrest, the police-focused 90s OVA, a mech anime. And they're not wrong. Foreign Bookkeeper. Okay. Oh, you've got a cool car. I don't think Volkswagens are considered Japanese domestic market cars. Anyway, here I am just driving. Oh, wait, we gotta go this way. Which means a big turn here. Yeah, I mean, I could get a K car. Like, I could buy a cappuccino. I like the little cappuccinos. Is there an auto zamp? Isn't that the one of the countries from Magic Knight Ray? Oh right, everybody in Ray Earth is named after a car place. Or a car thing. You know, I don't think there is. I could have a look at what is available, but there's a lot of unlocking to do, and I think we're only in like tier 2 cars. So we're gonna need to get a little bit of extra money before we can pick up a new car. Alright. Well, hey, we can stop in a parking area. In the parking areas, we can chat with people. Man who looks bored. It seems there's a special nickname you get for defeating a certain rival. I'm not sure how to get such a nickname, though. I once saw someone called Rolling Guy Number 0, and he was driving a Truno, if I remember correctly. Interesting. Punk-style man. I don't get why four-wheel drive is so popular. Real men stick with FR. I don't know what that is. The thrill of taking corners of high-speed drifting, that's the privilege of FR. Not suited for the Shuto Expressway, but that's where the thrill lies, right? Electric Lightning Stinger. Hi, you drive around here too? I'd like to race together sometime. If you underestimate my machine just because it's light, you'll be in for a surprise. Electric Lightning Stinger, the fucking awesome name. The White Leopard of Yokohama. Are you married? Having a lifelong partner is a good thing. There's a saying marriage is the graveyard of life, but I think it's all about communication between the couple. Okay. Thank you. What? Freebird! Man, my old man was angry again today. It's not like taking a gap year is unusual. Oh, did you hear that? I'm Freebird. I'm aiming for the top of the Shuto Expressway as a break from studying for exams. Yeah, driving really fast in a big circle is exactly the kind of thing a college student would do to get out of exams. What are you talking about, big brother? You're not studying at all, just goofing off. Aki with the over-the-top nails. Now that's a fucking name. And this is my younger sister, Aki with the over-the-top nails. She may be nagging, but she's a kind sister who indulges her brother's hobbies. Hey, that's embarrassing. Come over here. We're having a team meeting. Apparently he is not allowed to call her a nice person. Crimson Mirage. You're not part of a team? That might be freeing. But I'm in a team called Racing Storm. Having companions gives a sense of security, and also means there's someone close to compete with. But when people gather, their thoughts differ. It can become difficult to stay united. Many members left my team due to differing views on what they seek in racing. I'm currently rebuilding it. Well, sucks to be you. Friendly man. Green Wild Child only comes to race on weekends. Well, even if you meet him, he only battles with Naniwa license plate cars. This is a clue to a wanderer, or a rando that you can fight who's not affiliated with any team, probably has a severely beefed up car and will whip our ass. Apparently he demands that we have a specific province's license plate on the weekend. It's not a province, what is it? Prefecture. I was recently invited by my boyfriend to try out the Shuto Expressway, but I thought street racing was kind of a man's world. But like, I just met you, right? And so many other girls too, you know? Older sister types, Garu, and so on. It's not really the image I had in mind. Some cars are even cutely decorated, and just looking at them gets me hyped. But I still want to race, so I'm talking with my boyfriend about making my Shuto Expressway debut too. Cool. Such a mod moment. The only thing that changes in her dialogue is, I met you. She still talks about, like, older cis types and Gyaru and all. And I'm glad there are so many ladies on the streets. Let's see, who's here to fight? Rapid Girl number 5. Or Rapid Girl level 5 of Clan Makita. And Infinite Rotary Kashiyama. What do you need? I'm about to go out on the course. You want to battle me? Fine, but don't say you held back because I'm a kid if you lose. I think that's the most disrespectful thing. Let's go, you won't regret it. Alright. When you're coming out of a parking area on a challenge, you start side by side, not one behind the other. It's a little thing, but it's cool. Utena would be a car. Walls, my arch nemesis! Yep, I just lost to Rapid Girl. We're not good enough for her yet. Your driving was okay, too. It's just I was faster this time. Don't feel down, it's just that I'm an extraordinary genius girl. Okay! I'm a science genius girl. I won the science fair. I wear a white lab coat. DNA strands in my hair. Alright, we're gonna carry on a little ways. 90s anime superstar racing transformed. That reminds me of the, like the Genome World Cup SD anime that they included with fucking Blue Seed or something. Can't remember exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. Anyway, what I'm looking for is I'm gonna have to make some money. And I'm probably gonna want to upgrade my car away from this Swift to something else. Or that's what I'd like to do. I don't know if it's a good idea, but I'd like to. Melodious Condor! Progress to a faster cheese box. I will look and see what there is. Dude, it's all over the road. Ugh. And then we all ran into each other in one straight line. I'm sorry, quiet nerd? Nope. Yeah, I'm starting to feel slow. Let's pop back to the garage and see if there's anything I can do about it. I'm back to Nameless Challenger. Oh, that guy, yeah. Anyway, I believe we can, in fact, go from Cheese Box to Pepto-Bismol Mobile. Should we choose to. There's a color wheel. I could find my exact colors and... Yeah, I'm not sure, what color... No, that's definitely not pink. Mostly I'm getting purple. That might work. Do the eyedropper tool, if you like, yes. Until then, let's... FFD1DC. Alright. 10. Hold on. Can I do this? Can I type in the hex? Or... No, it does not let me correctly type in the hex. We need, Oh, 255. I may not 255 it. 209. $220. Huh. That... Oh, it's very slightly off because you're not allowed to have FF. Wait a minute. Oh, I can FF it. Hold on. That got it. And maybe it should be metallic. Perfectly matte. Absolute flat. Alright. As for the top color, I think this'll do. So let's see, yeah? Eyedropper is built into Firefox. Not pale blue. Why pale blue? So we can also start putting on some vinyls. Like, Animal? What do we got? We've got big teeth. We've got, like, socialist teeth. Mostly wings. Nothing interesting there. How about nature? Lots of flowers, waves, lightning bolts. Now, come on. There must be some dragons somewhere in here. These are all very abstract. Classic? No. That's interesting, though. Like, we could give it a musical theme. Or peppermint. Oh my god. I don't think so. Do we not have any... Obviously, dragons are not technology. Do we have any dragon... anything here? No, it's not under tribal. Tribal is just weird scribbles. Gradiation is... Yeah, gradiation is like... your generic faded line looks. Line. These are lines, yes. Shapes. These are just default shapes. Alright. Pattern. Oh my, maybe. Oh, need one, honeycomb. Anyway. Art Factory. Well, these aren't bad. You know, I was really expecting more dragons in the mix. Oh, here we go. Here's some dragons. Most of which don't really fit on the side of my car. That's a jet plane. That's not a dragon. That is a mecha. That's a lady. Yeah, I can shrink it down. I don't really want... Oh, no I can't. Alright, hold on, let's... We will compress this dragon. Spin the dragon. That's not bad. Oh, we can move it. Okay. Yeah, let's put it here. We're not allowed to color change it. That's a shame. Alright, there is now a dragon on there. Good. That's really all we need, but let's... let's put a generic racing stripe. No, that sucks. Pattern. Let's put a generic pattern across the front. No. Comic. A big old thumbs up. I don't know. Oh. Okay, I like this. Can I get this on the front without, like, severely compromising it? That's pretty good. Alright, we have a palm tree and we have a dragon. That'll do. Now our car is fancy. We can also fuck around with aerodynamic options, like neon, which gives you more aerodynamics. Let's see, color change. Green is good. Pink is also good. Flashing type. Okay, it should pulsate. Really fast. That's not really very fast. Okay, there we go. Yeah, undercarriage bling gives you better aerodynamics. Like if we get a real spoiler, for example. That makes us more aerodynamic. There we go. Okay, confirmed. I was gonna buy a new car, but instead I decided... No. Let's go back out and do a little more racing. I know I'm going past 2 hours. And yeah, I am. Let's drop in up... Let's drop in up here. Back at the Kandabashi outer loop. Tag my unmarked spoilers. No! Look at my spoiler. It's big.
I'm not sure maiming the friendly forest folk was one of my mission objectives.
Running over the local forest folk. That's you guys, chat. Oh, yeah. That looks good. Look at that. Look at my car flashing like a Windows error message. Look how glossy my top is. My top, also known as my lid. I've created a Carsona. I mean, yeah, but I keep thinking about, like, who the fuck is the driver? And, you know, it's on my mind. Let's stop in at this parking area. See who there is to challenge here, if anyone. There is one person to challenge. Big Dipper Meteor. Cool. Let's talk around. Slightly Bad Man. After defeating one, there's a second. After defeating a second, there's a third. Some guys challenge you in consecutive battles, one after another. Some might call it unfair, but you want to achieve a complete victory by defeating all of them without any complaints. That's why it's important not to lose focus, even after one battle. College student-looking man. Hey, listen to this. The other day I was in a battle and about to win when suddenly the opponent's friend jumped in. We started a one-on-one battle, but suddenly it became 2-on-1. I was panicking from the sudden change, and they were acting like it was a fresh start. In the end, I lost. I think that's a bit unfair. You should be careful, too. Here's Rolling Master. Rolling Guy, Rolling Gals, and Roulette Guy. Having 3 teams of 8-6 drivers is like a dream for me. Their rivalry keeps the 8-6 spirit alive and well. Cinderella. We talked to her at the start of the game. Good evening! What a nice night! How's it going? Let's see, it looks like you're working hard, but you're still not ready to challenge me, I think. Sorry, I don't feel like I'd gain anything from racing you right now. No, actually, like, I am seriously trying to think of this, and please, like, stop making fun of it. If you would. Thank you. One day, become a special street racer and battle me. I'm looking forward to it. I do deliveries, but it's really annoying when people aren't home at the specified time. I know there are various circumstances, but if it happens too often... usually, in my experience, delivery drivers just blow past your house and claim you weren't home. So... Are you also racing here? If so, I recommend wearing a proper racing suit. Indeed, not many people wear one around here, but I'm a professional racer. I want to face my machine in proper attire when I drive. To be honest, I think everyone should be required to wear one. You're a little too formal for this, man. If you want to battle with the Wanderer Garage Haru, you need a certain level of skill. Remember, battles with him are nitro-free, okay? Highway Gambler, there's no one as superstitious as him. Now he's saying, I want to battle someone with a total earned car points of 7777777 or more. Lucky 7, but or more, so it doesn't have to be exact. Does that even mean anything? No, it really doesn't. Oh hey, it's the guy. Yo, is this your machine? It's quite an interesting machine. But there are still areas to refine. If you let me tweak it a bit, I can make it much faster. Well, it's just a temporary tune, so the effect will only last for today. But if you want to drive faster than usual for the day, I'd recommend it. Of course, there's a fee. You know what? Sure, why not? It's cheap, and it'll make us a little faster. Well, just step on it and see. The rest is up to your skills. Let's immediately challenge this dude. You want to challenge me? Fine, I don't dislike those who challenge me head on. Come on, bring it. The sport of street racing was like no rules get fat. I mean, kinda, yeah, I guess. Yeah, if you hit the wall, that's on you, and I will. I'm gonna hit the wall. Repeatedly. I mean, now my car at least looks like it belongs out here. Yeah, now I just need to catch this guy. And there's the wall again. No. I think I might actually win this. Can I get a look? Yeah, he's way back there. I won! Amazing. Not bad. Not bad, that's it? Not bad? Okay, fine. Wait a minute. Sagami Sumo Wrestler? Hey, take this. It's a voucher for the Chanko shop I run. The shop is in Sagami, but for a street racer, it's just around the corner, right? The shop is doing well, but it's important to attract new customers, too. Hey, meal coupon. Alright, let's roll out. Let's head this way and head, like, down the highway. And yeah, I'm gonna push this for another half hour or so, I think. I really enjoy this game. It probably shows. I don't know what I'm going to talk about for the 10 billion hours it takes to play it. But we'll figure out something, I'm sure. Probably how magnetic these fucking walls are. Sagami is about 50 kilometers away from Tokyo. That's a long drive. Well, I guess it's like an hour-ish. Just around the corner to a street race. You know, you're right. Less than your commute to work. Okay. Well, it's a long drive. It's a long drive to me, who does not drive. I don't know how to drive in reality. I don't know if that's something that came across as obvious, but I have no idea how to drive. Come on, buddy, we're going on a tour. Oh, you slid off. Alright, it looks like there is somebody ahead to challenge. Excuse me? Yeah, I did set it to miles per hour. Indigo Helmswoman. Alright. Oh, you're in a good car. I can tell. It has stripes. Shit, I should have gone for the stripes. Those make you go faster, you know? It's like the underlighting. It makes you more aerodynamic. The breeze just streams past you. And she is blowing me away. Yep. Goodbye. Goodbye, ma'am. I'm just gonna bump you. It's becoming clear we need to do something. Because we're losing a lot of battles. I may have to fiddle with the, I may have to fiddle around with the gearing again a little bit. Or buy a second level transmission. Or look at the new cars. We're getting close to being able to afford a Honda Civic. We could buy a Beat. I don't feel like that's going to be a very good investment. A Move Custom. Maybe not. The Mazda Fastback Retro Sports Edition. Other Mazdas. We could buy a Mazda Roadster S. Potentially that's good. A Beat is a K car. A Nissan 180SX. A Subaru Bruce GT. A Suzuki station wagon. I don't think that's... I really don't feel like these are what we need. Oh, there's the cappuccino! If I buy that, we could pick up the FJ Cruiser. This also kind of does not feel like where we're gonna go. Toyota 86. Yeah, 12. I kind of feel like I would like to pick up that Mazda Roadster. So we've unlocked the ability to purchase it. Let's go actually buy one. Wait a minute. Is this better or worse than... It has very slightly less max power than this other Roadster. What about, like, our car? Well, it looks like it has more power than our car, so... Yeah, I'm tempted. Oh, or we could buy another customized car, which is the Rolling Master car. What I think I'm gonna do instead, real quick, is I'm gonna turn on the additional rules and make a little bit more money for every victory, which we may or may not have any victories. I'm also gonna see if I can unlock anything tuning-wise. No, nothing for 5 points. Alright, all we need is a couple more victories and we can get back out there. Well, we have to go out there to win victories. Driving is complicated. Let's try in here. Ginza, C1 outer loop. I do wonder if we can unlock anything else that's any good. I feel like above 3,000 is kind of the break point for where we should be, but... if nothing else, we can always race some of these highway cars. But who is this? Unwelcome old boy. I would hate to be stuck with that name. What a name to be stuck with. And he's in a Swift too, but he's out-swifting me. So that tells me that, yeah, whatever I've done with the gears is probably not correct. Dramatic drift, it didn't help. Yeah, let's go see if I can unfuck the gears a little bit. There is no time limit for the record. None that I know of, anyway. What other settings can I adjust? I could turn ABS off. I don't really see a need to do that. Fiddle with the gear ratios. Alright. Let's try this. Do I know what I'm doing? Not really. Let's go in around here. Well, now I start out in third gear, and it takes me a little while to get up speed. I won't know until I try to race with it. Secret Guardian. In a little cappuccino. No, that's a Copen. Sorry. I can't tell cars apart yet. Excuse me. I don't know if that's an issue. I actually don't know if that's an issue either. I think red just means that's like my peak speed. But I'm not positive. I'll have to see if there's a help function on there. But we are starting to win again. So that's nice. Let's see if we can beat some of these highway randos. I think I should be able... Whoa, hey. Aggressive for street traffic. But, yeah, we're winning. Okay, this is fine. And it looks like there's another rival up ahead. Good. See, I did read a guide about the gear tuning system, and then I promptly forgot most of it. Because I'm very good at what I do. What I do is intake information, and then discard it and drive into walls. Alright. Here's a little beast. Oh, this is a cappuccino. Okay. Which means it's very small and very light and zipping very hard. No! Yeah, you've won. I kind of want a rematch. To find out, is Little Beast just a guy? I think I drifted appropriately. And then hit the wall anyway. Yeah, it's clear to me that this gearing setup isn't working either. We will figure this out. Maybe I need to make it longer instead of shorter. Serious worker. I mean, I guess? You know, maybe I should just buy the Miata. Or whatever it is. The Mazda Roadster. You know, I think I'm going to. It only comes in a couple of colors. That's okay, we can change that later. And we get to pick a new license plate. Let's go with this one. I don't know what it is. Oh, I can put a 7 here now. 7, 8, 1. We'll put a Y in there for some reason. And this is my second car, so I want, like, dot 2. It's not an 86, so 82. That'll work. Alright, we bought a car. Our first replacement car. Let's see if this handles or drives any different. I will have to buy some tuning for it, but I think I'm gonna leave the gear ratios alone for the moment. And just, let's see what happens when we take it out. We'll change the colors later. Let's go down here some. Let's go over here. Oh, I forgot to check on Little Beast, but I never beat Little Beast, so I don't have their profile unlocked. Alas. Alright, how does this feel? Slow. Surprisingly. Irresponsible General. Well, alright. It feels suspiciously slow, but, we're winning. So. And most importantly, we did not slam into the wall there. Thank you. I recognize that it's quite a feat. I love these big bridges. Back in Maryland, we have an enormous bridge that goes over an absolutely fucking terrifying body of water. Hated that thing. I felt no comfort. It looks like there is, the world's first floating train bridge. Elaborate, please. You couldn't stay off the wall forever. So I'm slowing down a bit to keep some of my meters out of the red if possible, but... A bridge that floats on Lake Washington and the subway runs over it. That does sound moderately terrifying. I don't like that. It's just free floating in the water. That's horrifying. Engineering is incredible. Oh yeah, I definitely do not fault the engineering. I'm just, really weirded out by the concept. Anyway, there is someone up ahead on our mini-map who is rimmed in, like, bright red. Keeping the rails line would be a fucking job. It sure would. I have no idea how you would do that. But I'm not an engineer, so... So yeah, there's somebody up ahead who is rimmed in bright red on the mini-map, and I'm curious if that means they're a boss. Yes, they are. Wind of Napoli, a wanderer. He's level 21. We're not. So, I'm not gonna challenge the Wind of Napoli. We would lose immediately. Oh, what the hell. Oh, we're not even allowed to. Whatever conditions he's looking for, we don't meet them. So I'll challenge this van instead. You collapse. Okay, have a good night. I know I should have stopped a while ago, but I'm having a good time. Love how you can deck out your car like Armored Core. You really can. Armored Core is like my closest comparison to this game. Mentally. Let's head into the Kawasaki parking area again. See what's going on in here. Silent Barbarian! Sorry, I only battle with drivers using the same machine. My current partner is this Mark X. I want to battle with a street racer who loves his machine. Okay. Good luck. Was the scary bridge thing the Chesapeake Bay Bridge tunnel? No, it was not a tunnel. It was just the Bay Bridge itself. Alright, let's talk with these folks. The other day I saw a guy shouting loudly at a car that was just about to park in the parking lot. The driver couldn't hear well and was trying hard to listen, but got distracted and bumped into the car next to them. And it turns out the car they hit belonged to the guy who was shouting. Hitting the car was bad, but it was your shouting that caused a distraction. I saw those two standing there in an incredibly awkward atmosphere. It was hell. Time shouldn't be wasted. Battles, meetings, and the boss's speeches should all be short. That way your street name will change too. Hey, remember the other day I battled you and lost by just a step? I'm called Cool Sight. I'd appreciate it if you remembered me. I run a video site where my main content is my racing videos. Is it alright if I upload our battle video too? Fine, right? I have a strong feeling it'll become a popular video. Woo-hoo-hoo! You've got a good eye for detail. This machine's overwhelming demonic aura must have captivated you, right? Spending all my pocket money on dressing it up was worth it. My name is Devil Road Run. I'm the strongest demonic Xtreme Racer who will plunge the Shuto Expressway into chaos. In other words, I am the demonic queen. Remember that. I don't have any commentary on it. I just think she's cool. Hey, what kind of music do you usually listen to? Sorry for asking so suddenly. There are infinite types of music, right? I want to find great songs I can't discover on my own, so I ask everyone I meet for recommendations. You find any good songs, let me know next time we meet. Oh man, it's already this late? I thought I'd be able to ride a bit earlier today. I mean, it's because my teacher's inking is so slow. If the inking isn't finished, we can't do the effect lines, the solid black areas, or the toning. Oh, I'm a manga artist assistant. Today the manuscript was delayed, so I got a bit irritated. Sorry, it was wrong to tell you this. Silent Barbarian, the Yakiniku restaurant manager, right? He looks tough, but is actually a funny guy. However, the conditions to battle him are quite strict. If you can't show you have a passion for cars, he probably won't take you seriously. Owning 2 or more cars in your garage might do it. You'll likely find him at the Hakazaki parking area, so look for him there. Even if you meet him, he won't battle anyone who isn't driving a Mark X. He's well known for his love of 4-door sedans. Lately, it seems he only wants to battle against the same type of car. Yet Wanderers have incredibly specific battle conditions. Immortal Clown is a rare street racer who is a circus member. The Immortal Clown, that terrifies me. He appears before those who defeat Roadnauts, but even the Roadnauts members don't know why. It's probably because he transferred schools a lot due to the circus and had few friends. So he admires the youth of the Road Knot members and wants to protect them. Is that your fanfic? Or like, what? Let's get back out there. Man, it doesn't look like there's anyone to challenge in this area, so let's just get back in and make some turns. I do know about the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. I just find it scarier to be, like, way up in the air. That bridge is creepily high. Oh, there are some... Okay. I see some blue triangles behind me. So... we're just gonna go back there and challenge them. Oh, goodbye. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about car damage. That taxi launched, though. Alright, here they come. Death Game Survivor and Jungle Tequila. Alright. Let's catch back up and challenge them. Okay. We're starting to win again. Good. We won! That's good, because I was starting to lose confidence. A little bit. But now I feel confident enough to challenge trucks and win. Not like I think this guy's gonna be real tough, but, you know. Yeah, no, I think we're fine. Well, not always perfect. How much BP do I have saved up? 20. I have a thought. We're gonna go back to the garage. I want to check something. Let's see. What is it? Ah, yes. If we buy Peace of Mind, it unlocks Self-Love. Restore the SP gauge when you successfully perform clean cornering. So because I'm sitting in my car performing Self-Love by driving so well, I get some health back. Also, I feel really stupid saying that. Does this have any advice? Oh, we haven't unlocked transmission on this yet. That's fair. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should look into getting the exhaust and intake powered up a bit before we start fucking with it again. And I do want to look up Jungle Tequila, a fashion model who calls herself sexy cute and frequently uses risk jokes that make even men blush. She once hid her true self at work, but accidentally revealed it on TV, which made her an instant sensation for her bold character that even big celebrities can't handle. In battles, she used to favor a dirty tactic of making contact with opponents to throw them off balance and striking quickly. However, now that she's a TV personality, she restrains her racing to more decent tactics. What a weird story. Melodious Condor. We haven't beat them. We did beat Big Dipper Meteor. Oh, right. Little Beast. Do we have... While driving on the Shuto Expressway, she was captivated by two speeding K-cars and instinctively followed them. She found Electric Lightning Stinger and Little Beast in a parking area and joined their conversation. Already a fan of driving, she joined their team and delved into the world of tuning. Though not a bad person, she had the habit of saying, "This is a secret, but," and spilling other people's secrets, earning her a reputation for having a mouth as light as her car. A natural-born street racer, they spent days tirelessly running on the Shuto Expressway. Oh, huh. Non-binary racer, who knew? They joined the team after a battle with Electric Lightning Stinger. Struggling with social interactions and rarely speaking, they deeply admire the leader's sharp driving skills. Their car, lightened by removing the spare tire and stripping the undercoat, swiftly maneuvers left and right, waiting for the right moment to activate Power Mode. Their sudden, aggressive strikes inspired their nickname. Although their beloved car is a K car, it has no connection to their surname, Karui, lightweight. Okay, so that's clearly a Japanese pun. Alright, I think one more trip out, and then we will call it for the night. Let's go in over here. Looking at someone is a dirty tactic. Glaring at someone is a dirty tactic. You do it right. Remember well, like Luigi Stare from Mario Kart. Alright, there is a blue triangle. Way up ahead. I smell reheating pizza or something. Somebody is cooking something. Now I'm getting kind of hungry. Alright, I think down this way. Yes, here we go. Ooh, look at the Ferris wheel. The other racer went somewhere. Oh, it's behind me. Sideburn screw. No. Do not want. Anyway, I got distracted by the Ferris wheel. Let's battle Sideburn Screw. As I just cruise on by. I think I've got this. Yeah, I think I've got this. He was very slowly starting to catch up at the very end, which worries me, but... if nothing else, I kind of want to run all the way down here on this outing. I want to get to that parking area and unlock it. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but I kind of want to try. And in the meantime, big, chunky guitars are going to follow us. You notice the water temperature light come on? That is an optional thing that I've enabled, and I have no idea how to make it go away except to set it to auto drive or just cruise very slowly for a while. Just sort of bring the temperature down. You can also pull into a parking area to reset your temperatures. Presumably parking for a while, I guess, cools your engine down. I don't know. Thing is, I have no idea how slow you have to drive. So I am going to set it to, like, manual autopilot for a little bit and just let it cruise. Oh, it did go off. Well, that's fine. But I do like watching the cinematic mode every now and then. It's nice. Been secretly playing Battletech. No? Believe me, if I was playing Battletech, it wouldn't be a secret. I would speak up about it. Alright, let's get out of cruise mode and keep going. Not that it really needs me to keep it rolling, but... Anybody up ahead? No, wow. The nearest person is all the fucking way out there. I don't think we're gonna catch up. Now you may ask, why don't I turn around and go after some of the other blue dots that are going the opposite direction? And the answer is that you kinda can't. There is nowhere on this highway system where you can switch to the other lane except parking areas. All of the little holes in the barrier are walled off. Well, you know, there's one. Can we use it? No. Just checking. Which is kind of a shame, but... I kind of get it. There's a whole different roster of opponents on the other line. Presumably would have to swap them out in memory or something. I'm sure that's not possible. Going through tunnels is fun. Anyway, I think it might actually be, like, a Japanese highway thing. But then again, it might also be just they do not want you to do that. I don't know. I can't tell. I don't know enough about the Japanese highway system to weigh in one way or the other. This is very relaxing, I think. This long stretch of highway just to cruise down the yellow lights and the long tunnels and the scenery outside the tunnels. There's not much scenery inside the tunnels. Anyway, if you let both the water and the oil temperature light go red and blinking, your car, like, shuts down a little. Like, it kind of stops working. I'll see if I can't show it off. Toll booth. Yeah. Actual cars do that too. Limp mode. Your car goes limp? That's neat. Yeah. Notice how my, how the red line on the speedometer thing got huge. Now I just have to, like, let it cool down. So, autopilot it is. Starting to sound very Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. The music? Yeah, it kind of does. The music or the part where my car goes limp. I've always wondered what's through the doors on the sides of these tunnels. Like, is there anything cool in there? I don't know. I would like to know. I'm trying to keep it out of the cinematic camera mode so I can watch the lights to see when they toggle back to normal. Because the big exclamation point hazard light thingy is on. And when that goes off, my car is back out of, like, suck mode. The mode where it sucks. I think. Is that an autopilot? No, that's suck mode. Okay. Downshift 5. Cruise. I will cruise manually. Eventually that light's gonna turn off. It did. Good. Now we can go really fast again. I kind of want to challenge the blue triangle up ahead of us. I say, glancing at the moon now. How much longer do we have expressway? Stop popping that up. Okay, we've got quite a bit of expressway left, so I think we can make it. It'll just be a straight line. But yeah, this is a pretty Shin Megami Tensei. It has soundtracks from that. These are all remixes of tunes from older Tokyo Xtreme Racer games. Except the ones marked original. They are actually the tunes from old Tokyo Xtreme. So it's authentic PS2 era music. Roulette Guy number 3. They are some crunchy guitars. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna win this one. Whatever. Ah, now my temperature lights are blinking again. My car is about to crash out. Yep, there it goes. Oh well. I will downshift extremely and just cruise. There's a parking area right up ahead. Which is what I am trying to unlock. So, in a little bit, there is a skill in the skill tree that allows you to start the night, or whenever you reach a parking area, you can teleport between the parking areas. You can just teleport. It's fine. So I like to have the parking areas unlocked. Man, mean drivers down here. Yeah, we're just gonna have to pull in and it'll reset our temperatures. Assuming I can't... Kaikoku parking area. That was unnecessary, but it was fun. Let's see, who have we got? Oh hey, Eternal Polaris. Oh. Do you need something from me? Okay. Perfect Revolution is a wanderer with a low threshold for encounters. You just need to enter and exit the Hakazaki parking area more than 3 times. However, he appears on the Bayshore line course, not within the parking area, so don't get it wrong. Okay. Roulette guy number 4 and 5. Yeah, right. How about it? Check out my machine. I'm a diehard 11 fan. My buddy Roulette Guy number 4 drives the True Note. Anyway, the 8.6 is great, right? I'd like to show you my driving too. Show you the battle? Alright, let's go. We'll battle these guys and then call it a night. I don't think we're in much danger of losing this one. Yeah! Ow. I got beaten! Our team, except for me and Roulette Guy number 4, is full of really young guys. Make sure to battle with them too. They're not like old guys like me, so they're not lounging around the parking area. They're running around the course. Alright. And let's try and beat number 4. Actually, you know what? Let's change our tires first. Hey, welcome. Oh, my bad. My shopkeeper habit slipped out. I run a traditional Sukedani shop. If you beat me, I'll give you some of the souvenirs. Sukedani? I don't know what that is. Well then, let's go. Whoops, I found a camera button. I mean, we could watch the race like this. But that's not what I was trying to do. I think there is a Kamen Rider inspired racer or two on in this game. Oh, he hit somebody. Whoops, so did I. Alright. That'll do. Got beaten. You got me this time. Here's the promised Sukedani. Don't want it? Just take it home and eat it. It's scrumptious. Okay, so Sukedani is a food. Good to know. Alright, let's head on back. New name, Extraordinary Fox. I didn't know I was a fox. I'm more of a nameless fox, I think. Alright, we've done 14 days. And we are not even a little bit done. Tomorrow we'll probably paint this thing up again. Figure out what to do with it. And, I'll go back to reading about how gear shifts work. Someday I'll figure it out. I forgot how to quit the game. There it is. So yeah, good night, folks. Doesn't look like anybody I particularly want to raid is on right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and drop off. Good night.